Hey there, 8th graders, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into a really fascinating intersection where modern mathematics completely meets timeless wisdom. We're going to discover exactly how cutting-edge technology and ancient principles combine to help us, literally, mathematically model the future. I'm super excited to guide you through this, so let's get our minds ready to learn something incredibly powerful.
All right, let's actually kick things off with a bit of ancient wisdom. Proverbs 20:18. It tells us, plans are established by counsel, by wise guidance wage war. What's really cool about this is how it frames our entire approach to math. We aren't just looking at technology as some cold, boring tool on a desk. Instead, think of it as the wise counsel, or that wise guidance, we absolutely need to make highly accurate plans in our lives.
Section 1. Wise Guidance in Math. Moving beyond guesswork.
You know, to make those really wise plans we just talked about, we desperately need an upgrade from just eyeballing a graph and trying to guess mathematical predictions. We need absolute precision. And that brings us to your brand new vocabulary term for the day, linear regression. Basically, this is technology computing the exact line that best fits a dataset. It completely takes us from simple, everyday math to some incredibly powerful analysis. And hey, this isn't just busy work. Linear regression is a real-world skill used every single day by top scientists, marketers, and analysts to find the exact mathematical truth hidden inside a giant pile of numbers.
Moving right along to Section 2, the power of linear regression and why it matters.
Let's look at exactly why this major upgrade from manual graphing to algorithmic computation is just an absolute game changer for your math toolbox. The difference is night and day, really. On side 1, we have the manual line of best fit. You take a ruler, draw a line through a scatter plot, and, well, you kind of just eyeball it. It's a solid starting point for a quick estimation, but it's almost never going to be perfectly accurate. But then, look at side 2, TEKS linear regression. By leaning on tools like graphing calculators, Excel, or Desmos, we get the wise counsel of a perfectly exact mathematical fit. No more guessing, just pure, calculated precision.
Section 3. How to use tech tools. Let's dive in.
Okay, so how do we actually command this technology to do all that heavy lifting for us? It basically boils down to 3 really simple steps. First up, you just enter your data into a table on your calculator or spreadsheet. Just double-check that your X and Y values line up right. Second, you select linear regression or line of best fit from your program's menu. And third, you interpret the output, which usually pops out as Y equals mx plus b. And that's the whole shebang. Following those 3 steps lets the software instantly calculate the absolute perfect slope and y-intercept for your entire dataset. It factors in every single point, not just 2 of them.
Section 4. Real-world data examples. Putting it to the test.
Let's see how this actually works in the real world. Imagine we're mapping out study inputs, like say hours studied on the x-axis against the actual test scores achieved on the y-axis. The trend here is pretty clear. The more you input, the higher your score. Like 1 hour gets you a 60, but put in 5 hours and you're up to a 75. But what is the exact mathematical rule governing this whole relationship? Well, when we follow our steps and ask our tech tools for some guidance on that table, boom, it hands us this exact equation, y equals 3.6x plus 58. This right here is your aha moment. We don't have to guess anymore. We can literally plug in any number into x and use this specific equation to accurately predict future test scores based on whatever study time we want to test out.
Let's try another one. Imagine a business scenario where we're tracking profits over a series of days. When we run that data through our software, the tech might spit out an equation like y equals 5.2x plus 40. Look at that number on the screen, $5.20. That's our slope, our m value. It means our equation perfectly represents a $5.20 increase in profit every single day. Just by finding that slope with our tech, we instantly understand the exact daily growth rate of the business.
Section 5. Tech helps, brain leads. The human element.
But wait, here's the catch, and it's a big one. Your calculators can crunch numbers with lightning speed for sure, but your human brain still has to lead the charge. Calculators help, but you must always ask, does my model actually make sense? See, technology is brilliant, but it's completely blind to context. A really great way to build your intuition is to try solving datasets by hand first, and then with tech, just to compare them. You have to use your own human logic. Like if a line of best fit predicts a negative test score or says you're going to make $10,000 tomorrow when you only made $5 today, well, your brain needs to step in and flag that something went wrong with the data.
All right, it is challenge time. I want you to literally hit pause on this explainer right here. Grab your tech tools, whether that's a graphing calculator, Desmos, whatever you use. Use it as your wise counselor, and test out your new skills against these 5 questions. Enter the data points, find the equation, interpret what that slope actually means, make a prediction for when x equals 7, and really reflect on the role of technology versus your own common sense. Seriously, pause it and give it a try.
Section 6. Education, Morality, and Peace. The ultimate anchor.
So, we've talked a ton about modeling data, but we really need to zoom out and understand why heroesmartacademy ties these advanced math skills so closely to biblical morality. The quote says, "Education without morality will hurt." Romans 8:6-9 promises peace of mind to everyone who keeps his/her mind spiritual. And the philosophy here is just profound. Think about it. Being super smart, having amazing technical skills, knowing how to use linear regression to predict financial trends. It's all kind of pointless if we go out into the world and keep making choices that hurt ourselves or hurt other people. True success requires keeping your mind anchored spiritually. As Romans points out, that spiritual mindset is what actually brings lasting peace of mind.
And that leads us to the most important question of all today. As you step out to apply these incredible, powerful tools to real-world problems, remember this. You have the tools to model the future, but do you have the moral compass to navigate it wisely? Let the technology crunch the numbers. Let it act as your wise counsel, but ultimately, let a well-calibrated moral compass guide your life. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.